Alright, so we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Sorry, I know I'm a little late on making this video. That live stream last night was very long. It dragged out to a while, let's just say that. So, had to stay up really late to get the videos out and do the live stream. So, of course, I woke up kind of late. So, I wasn't able to make a video on this, right when it got revealed. But I still did want to cover it because I heard both of the new units, the Dokkan Fest Gohan and Piccolo, and then the ban unit Vegeta and Nappa, are really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch their animations first, and then we'll get right into their kits. So yeah, let's go ahead and play this. For a banner unit, that's not that bad actually. Oh, LR Vegeta and Nappa, huh? Maybe, give him a little easy A during this celebration? Something like that? Oh, okay, so they have a revive. I mean, that's what I figured they were doing, but... Damn. That looks so clean, bro. Hey, they're kind of cooking with these animations. Even the banner unit. Okay, so then it goes into just the Gohan. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, dude, they were kind of cooking there. I mean, the last animation with Gohan doing the Bzenko, it was alright. It wasn't, like, insane. But the animation where you do the revive, even Vegeta and Nappa, they definitely cooked. For a normal Dokkan Fest, it's definitely pretty good. So, good animations. Let's move on to their kit. First off, well, we can start off with the Vegeta and Nappa. So, this is what their art is looking like. Looks pretty good, I guess. And then now we can get into their details. So shout out to the Dokkan Wiki for providing these. I like how they, put it in this little format too. It's really easy to read and really convenient. So big shout out to them. So starting off with their leader skill, it is Terrifying Conquerors, category Ki +3, HP attack and defense plus 130%. I mean, it's a banner unit leader skill. You're never using that. What else do you want me to say? And then their super attack effect is that they get 30% attack and defense, cause supreme damage to enemy, and then greatly lowers attack and defense. Okay. So we're getting defense on super, and we're also greatly lowering attack. So giving them some additionals already would be pretty smart, because then in Super Battle Road, that's a really good super attack effect, because you're getting the extra defense, and also you're greatly lowering the enemy's attack. So definitely very good with that. And then their passive is that they get attack and defense plus 150%. They get an additional 80% attack when performing a super, and then they get an additional 1 ki up to 4, and then 30% attack and defense up to 120% with every attack performed. Okay, that's good, because it's not just with every super attack performed, it's with every attack performed. So even additional normals are going to help him build up, so that's definitely very good. And then he launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack. Again, additionals built in are nice because the super attack effect is very good, and also he's building up just with a normal attack. So even if it's not a guaranteed super attack and you just get the additional normal, it's still helping him build up. And then he gets attacks effective against all types when there's a target enemy in attack down or defense down status. Reduces damage received by 30% as the third attacker in a turn. And then guards all attacks if there's a Pure Saiyans or Terrifying Conquerors category ally attacking in the same turn. Dude, they're great. They're amazing. I think the only thing they could have threw in their kit was support. But they don't really need the support. It just would have been nice. Dude, good banner unit. Exactly what we needed. Damage reduction and guard. The damage reduction isn't a crazy amount. 30% is really nice, and it's restricted to slot 3. But then the restriction for guard, it's not a high chance to guard when there's another Pure Saiyans or Terrifying Conquerors. Nothing weird like that. Just straight up guaranteed guard if there's a Pure Sands or Terrifying Conquerors category ally in the same turn, and I love it. Really good design. They're amazing. Their link set is Brutal Beatdown, Sand Warrior Race, Sand Pride, Tough as Nails, Shocking Speed, over 9,000, Fierce Battle. So their link set is a little wonky, but I guess maybe we'd get an easy A for like LR Vegeta and Nappa, and then maybe they could link well with these guys. And then their categories are Pure Sands, Joined Forces, Terrifying Conquerors, Space Traveling Warriors, Sand Saga, and Planetary Destruction. So I guess them not being a support isn't that big of a deal, because the only teams here that really need the help, I guess, is like Sand Saga and Planetary Destruction. Space Traveling Warriors already has all the freezes and coolers. Same thing with Terrifying Conquerors. Joined Forces, it's got a lot of like the Goku and Vegeta cards, so these guys wouldn't really be a help to that category. And then Pure Sands, I guess they could have been like an Extreme Class Pure Sands support, but when you're running Pure Sands, you're not running these Extreme Class units. You're running your Goku and Vegetas, your Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegetas is really what I mean. So, not really the craziest thing that they're not a support, but defensively, these guys are going to be amazing. And even their attack stats can look pretty good, because after they're fully built up, you got 150% attack here, 80% attack here, 120% attack here. You got the super effective against all types. You're getting attack and defense on super. So a lot of attack in their kit, and also a lot of defense. So just all around, very good unit. So moving on to the main man, the Dokkan Fest Gohan and Piccolo. Starting off with their leader skill, it is Bond of Master and Disciple or Sand Saga. Category Ki +3, HP attack and defense plus 170%. And then the extra 30% to stats goes to Earthbred Fighters. Alright, that's a pretty good leader skill. I don't think either Bond of Master and Disciple or Sand Saga needed it. Well, I guess Sand Saga probably did, because the only good lead we had was Raditz. And, you're never running Raditz. So, okay, Sand Saga getting, new 200%, definitely good. Their super attack effect is that they greatly raise attack and defense for one turn, cause immense damage to enemy. And then their passive is that they get 2 ki, 150% to stats, and then raise attack up to 150%, depending on your remaining HP. So then the lesser the HP, the greater the stat boost. Alright, so then I guess if you're full on HP, you're getting 300% attack just from that. So that's definitely very good. And then also he is giving himself 2 ki start a turn, and for a TUR, definitely very good. So far, he's looking good. And then he gets an additional 100% attack and defense on super. Reduces damage received by 40% when HP is 70% or more as the first or second attacker in a turn. Okay, that's a pretty restricted thing in his kit. I mean, the 40% damage reduction is nice, but you have to be above 70% HP and in slot 1 or 2. Okay, I mean, I don't think that's the worst thing, because most of the time you're probably going to have them in slot 1 or 2. So far, he's looking like a really good slot 2 option already. He gets the 100% attack and defense on super. He gets the 50% attack and defense from his super attack effect. And then also, he's got a lot of other stats in his kit already. But I don't know, that is heavily restricted. But if you get the 40% damage reduction, he's definitely going to be very good. And then also, Bond of Master and Disciple or Sand Saga category allies, 2 ki, and then 30% support. You already know we love to see that. And then Superclass allies, 1 ki, and then 30% attack and defense for 3 turns as the third attacker in a turn. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so he's a support. That's pretty useful. And then if HP is 70% or less at the start of the character's attacking turn, or starting from the 7th turn from start of battle, revives with 70% HP recovered, and then exchanges into Gohan Kid. Alright. I mean, that's not horrible, but that's not, amazing either. I mean, you'll see that in most fights, but it'll be at the very end of the fight. So Gohan will typically be, killing the enemy. So that's not horrible, but they probably could have made that, turn 5 or 6. And then his link set is Gaze of Respect, Demonic Ways, Cold Judgment, Brainiac, Z-Fighters, Infighter, Fierce Battle. About what we expected for Piccolo. And then his categories are Joined Forces, Bond of Master Disciple, Exploding Rage, Powerful Comeback, and Trusted Will, Sand Saga, and Earthbred Fighters. So I knew he wasn't going to be on Namekians, but, I still kind of held hope he would be. Unfortunately, he is not. The only real teams that he's buffing here is Exploding Rage, Powerful Comeback, and then a Trusted Will. The other categories don't really need help. Well, I guess Bond of Master and Disciple. That category isn't great either. So he's a good addition to some teams, and he's a really good support. So that's definitely a good thing. And then when you do exchange into Gohan... Oh, wow. Okay. Massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to enemy. Yeah, that's good. 100% attack and defense on super is definitely nice. So I would recommend you go some additionals with them, between 100% attack and defense here, and then the 50% attack and defense here. And then their passive is that they get 2 ki. Alright, so they're still getting the 2 ki start of turn. That's good. They get attack and defense plus 150%, an additional 100% to stats when performing a super. And if HP is 58% or more when performing a super attack, they get another 100% attack. Okay, so they're going to be hitting really hard with that activated. And then they get an additional 12 key. Wait, okay. 12 key, so a guaranteed super. And then 300% attack and defense when performing a super. And performs a guaranteed crit within the character's attacking turn once only. Okay, so for that first turn you have them. Yeah, they're going to be pretty good. And then they get attacks effective against all types starting from the third turn. They give superclass allies 2 keys, so they're still a support. Definitely really good. I think they kind of took a book out of the AGL Turles' EZA, because I remember before he got his EZA, everyone didn't really like him because when you transform, he just completely loses his support. But then with his EZA, they made it to where he still supports for key at least after he transforms. So the fact that they did the same thing with this guy's release is definitely good, because in terms of his value, I don't want to say he's only a support unit because he's not. He's going to look like a really good unit all around. But his support is definitely one of the main things about him. I'll say that. So the fact that even after you get the exchange, you're still supporting, definitely very good. And then he gets a great chance performing a critical hit when there is a Pure Sands category enemy. I mean, that's not the best condition right now just because the state of difficult content, but I'm sure eventually that'll be pretty good. And then he evades enemies' attack, so that's just guaranteed dodge within the character's attacking turn once only. So for the first turn, he's getting guaranteed dodge. Okay, it makes him even more busted. And then he gets a high chance of evading enemies' attacks, so he gets a high chance to dodge from the third turn when there's an ally whose name includes Son Goku on the team. Alright, no dodge, no damage reduction. He does have a lot of dodge built in, and he has a ass load of stats built in. So overall, he's still looking really good. I'm definitely a fan of this guy's release. His link set, by the way, I think is the exact same, so we don't really need to go over it. But yeah, very good unit. I think in terms of a Dokkan Fest, he does hold a lot of value. He's going to seem like a really good slot 1 option. You know, when you obviously exchange, you have that guaranteed dodge. Then you can throw him in slot 1. You get the massive stat boost right here. And then also you're a support. So overall, this guy does seem like a really good lead. But I don't know. I feel like there is some difficulties with this guy until you exchange, because you got to wait till turn 7. So that can be a little tricky. But other than that, this guy is looking really, really good. If you were excited about this unit, then they definitely made him good. So, you know, should be happy because this is a W unit all around. And the Banner unit is really good, which is crazy because the Banner units typically are, like, not necessarily that great, especially as of recently. They've kind of been fumbling, like, with a lot of them. But they're really good. I would argue for the first couple turns, they're probably going to be better defensively than the Piccolo and Gohan. So, really good release with them. Obviously, Extreme Class could use all the help it could get, even though they're not on, you know, these crazy Extreme Class teams. I mean, Terrifying Conquerors, Planetary Destruction, Space Traveling Warriors have some good Extreme Class teams, but they don't really fit on those because, like I said, it's mostly just Coolers and Friezas, and these guys do not have a good link set for Coolers and Friezas. So, they're good, but you got to be very careful with where you run them. I'll just say that. So, I guess that pretty much has been the video. Let me know what you guys are thinking of both of these units, and let me know if you're on JP, if you're going to summon. I know we don't know what the banner looks like, but I don't know, man. These guys are really good, so if you do end up pulling them, I think you got a lot of value with summoning. So once again, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.